Welcome to Dominion Day, or as you futurist folks know, Canada Day. On this incredible day, I would also like to announce that on behalf of the Dominion of Canada's Department of Immigration and Colonization, I hereby declare that Immigration Canada for all Chinese people has been banned.
Yeah!
Hi, my name is Sahad. I work for the Center for Race and Culture and I'm their project administrator. So I've been leading this project with students at Lillian Osborne High School. We've been using drama as a medium to explore issues of race and racism here in Canada. This year Canada is celebrating its 158th year since Confederation. And a lot of the events that we have are sort of celebratory themed. And there are a lot of stories that aren't stories of celebration on this land. And we really wanted to highlight that as part of the narrative of Canada 150. It's really important for us to highlight how different communities have experienced inequities, racism, and discrimination on this land so that we can all learn and essentially build a better society together.
150 years.
Colonization, destruction,
Of broken promises and deceit.
150 years of Indigenous people's resistance,
Of Indigenous people's resilience. Of Indigenous people's undying love for the land and for our children.
Okay, so our piece is about the Black Lives Matter movement, and we're talking about how even though it's 2017, that racism is still a really pertinent issue in Canada.
That's basically
Yeah.
what. Yeah. That's the gist of the scene.
My name is Yusra,
And my name is Janaya.
and we came together to found Toronto's Black Lives Matter chapter.
Because we love our people.
Because we live in a world where we have to fight to be recognized as worthy.
Because we are a family.
I think the most difficult part about touching on like the Black Lives Matter of like Canada is that some of the incidents that were like incorporated in our scene were not like told on the news or like weren't as like overly exaggerated in any media of any sort. So
I just feel like people weren't aware of it, and we're just so it's like such a tough, like touchy subject, especially in Canada, because we're so used to like looking at racism like comparatively like to the U.S. like, oh, like they're worse off than us, like we don't have, and then it kind of promotes like the sort of ignorance within Canada because it's like we're not paying attention to what's happening here and now. So I feel like that was difficult, like trying to bring to light issues that were like people weren't really aware of. That was.
sit in the designated color sections as marked on your tickets.
But we had come together. My community, my Black community, knew our value when no one else did. We have been fighting to be recognized as equal human beings since before this country existed, and we won't stop until we get the justice that we deserve, because we know that Black Lives Matter.
There's a lot of takeaways. First and foremost is just seeing the absolute brilliance of the youth talk about these issues in a really comfortable way. When youth can kind of go through a process of learning about these issues, come into a public arena and perform what they have learned about social justice issues, about race issues across Canada, it's a really powerful thing.
We will be idle no more. We will continue to tell our stories in our names, in our ceremonies, and we will be idle no more.
Timelines that reflected and connected to one another to show how the things that happened in our past still affect and happen in today's world, and that they are not as buried into the past as our history books may make us think. We also wanted to talk about the violence and the violence that racialized women, particularly Indigenous women, face today. The government has opened an inquiry to the missing and murdered Indigenous women, and we hope that today might have shown you guys why this is so
When
important.
Canada's 150 years since Confederation was approaching, we thought it would be an opportunity to bring that timeline to a bigger audience outside of our workshops and in a different way, in an interactive way, as sort of maybe a pop-up museum or something. So from that idea, this project came about where we were able to work in partnership with youth from Lillian Osborne High School in their drama department and really put together this project that was able to bring this timeline of events to life. And really the project has achieved things beyond what I had hoped it would be able to achieve, because the youth over the year that we worked with them have grown in their own understanding of how they can work around issues of racism, discrimination, and their appreciation for what those things look like in Canadian society, and build their capacity to actually bring that education to others.
We're all part of Canada's history, and they try to erase us from it. They build on top of our homes with no regard to where we go next. This is Canada's history. It can't be changed, but we can learn and we can grow. And when better to be reminded of this than Canada's 150th anniversary?